A new billboard is the new cause for controversy in Winston-Salem, US. The sign, located on a freeway, reads, quote, "Real men provide, real women appreciate it," end quote. While some agree that women appreciate when a man provides, feminist cunts like Molly Grace say the billboard delivers a misogynistic, outdated message. Quote, "It's absolutely insulting to single mothers, to women who have careers, whether they're small careers or big careers," Grace said. Grace organized the protest against the billboard to fight, quote, "patriarchy and sexism," end quote.
Real men provide, real women appreciate it. A try-it billboard is stirring up a lot of debate, controversy, and now protest. At first glance, what's your take on this billboard? Is it pro-family, sexist, or just an effective marketing tool?
We want your response, so just go to WFMY.com/vote now to weigh in.
As you vote, we're digging deeper into what's really behind this billboard. WFMY News 2's Mgtow is live in Forsyth County. And Ben, for starters, who's responsible for this message?
Well, Sandra, that still remains a mystery. We don't know who put up the sign and we don't know why, but it is certainly an eye-catcher, especially for all the drivers going along here on I-40 Business West near the Linville Road exit just outside of Kernersville. I've even seen some cars pulling over and getting out of their cars to stop and take a picture. Now, whether you love it or whether you hate it, it seems like everyone has a strong opinion about that billboard.
I think it's fairly accurate. Being a married man myself, I think my wife really appreciates the fact that I can provide for my family and take some of the stress off of her.
I think appreciation is good, however we find it. But there's a message in that board that's not good.
Everyone's talking about this billboard on I-40 Business West in Forsyth County. The sign reads, "Real men provide, real women appreciate it."
I don't know necessarily why that would be offensive. I think that's a good thing.
It really undermines women's work in the world.
I didn't even give it a second thought. It was kind of insignificant to me.
The billboard belongs to White Hart Outdoor Advertising, but it's still unclear who paid for the message and why.
It's absolutely insulting to single mothers, to women who have careers, whether they're small careers or big careers, whether they're successful careers or not.
Molly Grace is a small business owner in Winston-Salem and a female rights activist. She created a Facebook event to protest what the sign represents.
Seeking to normalize this way of thinking, to make it seem like that's the norm and anyone who thinks otherwise is crazy or liberal or a rebel or anything. Normalization of this way of thinking is the most dangerous, absolutely the most dangerous and subliminal tactic.
Grace says that a group of peaceful demonstrators are going to be out here on Sunday morning and they're going to bring their own signs, handmade signs with new messages written on it with what they think the billboard should say instead of what it says right now.
It'll be pretty interesting to see what they're saying. You know, a lot of people on our Facebook page got in on the conversation as well, and Angela says, love it.
Here's another one. This is from Jill. Jill writes, "Personally, I think it's a silly sign. It seems to be a subtle insult to women. Whatever men provide, women should appreciate. I don't think so."
Well, Eugene thinks the sign should say, "Real men and women appreciate each other."
That's sweet.
Yeah.
And here's another one. Tammy writes, "Geez Louise, it's a sign on the other side of the road. Ignore it already and stay focused on your driving."
That's right.
So now it is your turn. We asked you at first glance, what is your take on this billboard? Is it pro-family? Is it sexist? Or is it effective marketing? So far, the number is saying 62% saying pro-family, 34% saying it's sexist, and 4% saying it is effective marketing.
This ought to be interesting as the evening goes on.
And funnily enough, it appears that the entire billboard was a stunt designed to trigger feminist cunts. An article which takes the piss out of the leftist cancer movement and feminism states the following: "Feminists who were outraged by a sexist billboard got trolled again. Molly Grace and her comrades were furious last month when a billboard on a North Carolina highway declared, quote, 'Real men provide, real women appreciate,' end quote. Grace and other angry feminist cunts protested, saying the ad reinforced gender stereotypes. The controversial billboard was then taken down and replaced this week by another one that jabbed at protesters for, quote, making much ado about nothing, end quote. The new 39-word billboard read, quote, much ado about nothing, a social experiment that brought forth those so immersed in their own insecurity that in the mirror they could only see an angry victim of their incorrect interpretation of a silly billboard. Bless their hearts. End quote. It's unclear who purchased either of the billboards, as the individuals did not want to be identified. But Molly Grace, the bitter fucking cunt, said the new billboard is mean and insulting. Quote, what they have done just seems childish and petulant, Grace whined to the Winston-Salem Journal. Quote, I can't believe they spent more money to continue to name-call and be mean. End quote. Besides, Grace said the sign was way too wordy. Quote, who's going to have the time to read that when they're zooming along? End quote, she asked. Molly and her feminist cunt comrades promise they will continue to fight sexism to make the world better for everyone. Yeah, right, we know who they're trying to make the better world for. Quote, sexism has existed and is still existing around us every day, whether the billboard is there or not, Grace said. Mark my words, we'll be here long after the billboard is gone, trying to make a better world for us all, end quote. Or perhaps, make a better world for spoiled cum-catching cunts, thanks John from Mgtow Freedom, like her, who has all the rights and power to make men her slaves, where judges jail men at a drop of a hat because the lying cunt of a woman wants it that way after filing a false rape accusation, or because feminist cunts are nothing more than a parasitic cancer that feeds on its host until the very end. Fuck gender equality and fuck feminism. Men are stronger, smarter, and they have built the entire civilization, while women were giving birth and nurturing the kids. That's the gender roles. Fucking stick to it. Since the rise of feminism, women have become ugly, hideous, and nasty cum-catching cunts that men no longer respect or want anything to do with. This is why Mgtow was born. Thanks for watching, smash that fucking like button and subscribe. And big thanks to Lee for sponsoring this video.